Hi, I'm so happy to see you, but the topic is very serious. We're talking about 4 things that you just cannot continue doing if you want to stay sane. These things have harmed me both mentally and physically. And this channel is just my little way of giving back. I'm a person with an ambitious life. I want to achieve some things. I also want to better my life so that I can live purposefully and happily and have meaningful relationships and be an intelligent person. And if you want all those things too, you're in the right place because I share that here because I want to find people like me. I want to connect with these people and I want to give back a little bit from what I learn to hopefully plant a seed or improve your life. Let's get right into it because these things cannot wait. Thing number 1, repeat after me. If somebody doesn't want to be saved, we are not saving them. We're not saving them. It seems so brutal, and I think I've struggled with this because I'm such an empathetic person. I really wanted to help this one person, and I'm still actually kind of struggling with this because I very recently realized that I was trying to help this person to the point where I started to mentally decline, and I had trouble going to the gym. I had trouble because I felt emotionally drained all the time. I had trouble because I was bringing it into my other relationships, and it was just bleeding into my life because I was trying to help a person and I was trying to help them for so long because they didn't want to accept the help. If they accepted the help, they wouldn't need help for so long. But they really were not, just they weren't ready to move on, and it is completely my fault that I went in there and tried to stick my nose in there. I just really cared about this person, and they seemed to string me along for it because they didn't want to seem like they're not ready for the help. They try to portray as if they're ready for help, but really they're not. And when people do this, it really affects you, and you need to begin to realize that. It eventually affected me so much that I've had problems gaining weight before in the past. And I really try hard. And I've really tried hard in the gym to gain muscle mass and to eat right, and I gained the weight, and then I lost because I was so ready to help this person. And I was so ready. It took up my time. It took up my mental state. It degraded my physical state. And that wasn't worth it because the person didn't even accept the help. So that was literally came back to zero. Maybe the person felt a little bit more comfort in my companionship through that. I still very much love this person, but I took a step back, and it almost feels like they got a little bit offended because they had all this attention. It gets to a point where you have to say no and take your energy back because this person isn't using it. Sometimes it's okay to give a little bit of your energy away to people you love because we all live on energy transactions. I hope that when I need it, somebody comes up to me and they're like, okay, I'm ready to have a chat with you. Okay, I'm ready to help you with X, Y, and Z. But make sure the person is willing to accept it. Do not destroy yourself to try to fix another person, especially when they don't want to be fixed. And I'm going to hold your hand here because I know it's difficult. I know how difficult that is, but you cannot pull this person out alone. This person needs to have an inkling of wanting and believing, and their mindset has to be in the right spot too, and you cannot give that to them alone. Okay, thing number 2, do not let society or anybody convince you that things cannot change fast. Change is progress. It's not success, but it's progress. So it doesn't mean that you'll succeed in a month, but you'll see changes in a month and you'll see progress in a month. And oftentimes kind of the way we're taught to think about things, if you think about even just the school system and college and work, things go by very slowly. It's okay, 12 years of schooling, when really it doesn't have to be 12, in my opinion. They really stretch it out. 2 years of general university, and then another couple years to specialize in something. So you're spending 4 years, 6 years in university. In our mind, it's almost like it takes so long to progress and become someone. Especially in high school, I felt this, which is something most people go through, which is things go very slowly and you progress very slowly because you do the subject for a semester and then there's a semester off, and the next year you do another semester of that same subject. You have to do certain subjects even though you're not interested in them. And me personally, I'm not a fan of high school, but as you can tell, but we're just programmed to think that everything takes so long. And then people also have this perception where they're like, oh, okay, like reading, oh, the gym, it takes so long to go get progress. Oh, reading, it's gonna take so long to read this book. Like, you hear people say it. So don't let them convince you that you cannot start and make progress and change. Change can actually happen very quickly. Like, I left school and instantly got my first client. And like that's just my path, the way I felt I should go. Like, I left traditional high schooling and I had more time on my hands. I left and I instantly, like, there was a change, there was an opportunity, and then I got my second client for my business. And that was like, whoa. Like, I just didn't even expect it, and it came to me. I didn't put a lot of effort in to get those. Imagine what would happen if I put effort in. So just realizing and not having the mindset of like, oh, it's gonna take forever. Realize that change is progress, and that if you put effort in, you will see change and progress. Can't have a video without fizzy water. Now, just a precautionary with this one. I don't want you to take it too far. Do not go out of your way to lose people, but it is better to be alone than to be with someone who puts you down. Even if it's little comments, because those add up. This person takes up space in your head. They affect your mental state as well. You need to protect that. If you lose your mind, if you lose yourself, what do you have? You literally gave yourself away for a person who doesn't even deserve you, because they're making these passive aggressive. And most of the time, these people don't even realize it. If you bring it up to this person, you can try. If you bring it up to this person and they'll be like, I didn't even know I did that. Even though they're making these comments or these little remarks about how they might be better than you, or they're competing with you when really they're supposed to be your friend. Friends can compete, but not in that negative way. They're competing to build each other up, not competing to be better than the other. There is a very important difference. Number 4, this one will improve your life drastically. Reanalyze your life. Reanalyze the things you're doing. Don't keep doing the same things if you can see that something's not working out or something's wrong. For example, what we talked about in the beginning, where I really didn't understand why it was harder for me to go to the gym. It was harder for me to eat. I was feeling a lot more down. It was harder for me to do tasks. I genuinely didn't understand why I had those 2 months of like, I feel happy in the way my life is formulated, but I just really like, why do I feel this terrible? And I really didn't understand. Till a couple days ago, I sat down. This was literally a couple days ago. I had this epiphany, and now I'm back to hitting calories. I'm back to the gym, obviously. But it took reflection. Please take the time to reflect. Take the time to journal 5 minutes a day. Oh my gosh, all these gurus always talk about journaling. You can journal, or you can literally take down a piece of paper and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing currently. This is what I feel off about. How do I fix the things I feel off about? Put it on paper. Shred it after. Nobody has to see it. Shred it. But at least you can put it somewhere where you can actually visualize it, see it, and you're thinking about it. Honestly, most people walk around and they don't think a lot. They're quite passive when they live. And sometimes even ambitious people get into this habit of like thinking passively. So putting it on paper makes you think actively about your life. Do not be shy to think actively. This will improve your existence. Don't be shy to do this for yourself. I really want this channel to plant a seed in you, so I just want to go over all the action steps that you can take from this video to really improve your life. Okay, 1, analyze if you're saving anybody who doesn't actually want the help. Stop putting your energy into that. 2, find examples in your life where things have changed very quickly and rewire your mind to think that you can change your reality because you can. 3, think to yourself if there are any people who are not influencing your life positively with the things they say about you or to you, or about you to others. Like, is there a person in your life that you're keeping around when they're not necessarily there, and you're only feeding into them and they're not feeding into you? 4, think about if you need to reanalyze something. Is there something you're unsure about in your life? Is there a relationship you're unsure about in your life? I like to make a pros and cons list. Literally, I sit down and I'm like, okay, what are the pros for me? What are the cons for me? Worst case scenario, go to ChatGPT, I know that it only agrees with you, so be careful with that one, but it actually has decent suggestions from time to time. If you really feel so clueless about a situation, let AI map it out for you. Do something. Do not just let it pass by you, please. And now I'll admit, this channel is slightly selfish because I feel like I've had trouble in my life to find people who really understand what I'm saying and really understand the wave that I'm on. But I feel like the internet is a perfect place because it's so wide. So if that is you, if anything that I said made sense, please subscribe because I'd love to see you again. Like, this would make my day. If somebody came up to me, and we've never met each other in person, but like, you've seen my videos, I responded to your comment, and then we see each other in person, and you're like, oh my gosh, this one thing you said actually influenced me because I did the action. And I bet, like, if you're watching until this point, your life is probably interesting because you're trying to improve it. You clicked on this video, you're trying to go ahead and change something. So you probably do interesting things with your life. So I'd be like, yeah, you see that cafe over there? Like, I'd love to go have tea with you and just find out about your life because you probably know a little bit more about mine from my videos than I know about yours. Let's go sit down and talk. Like, I really want this channel to be my way to give back. And don't be shy to tell me in the comments if you had a thought, an idea. Maybe you can help somebody out. Maybe you can plant a seed in somebody by telling your story or by explaining a point or by arguing something that I said. I'm not afraid of opposition. Please do comment. I respond to all of them. I'm so glad that you're here. Please subscribe.